Good morning outdoor fans, and we are back in the Lake District and it's another sunny day. We've come up in the Jimnying. Oh, I've just realised I left my door open, so I'll do something about that. But yeah, we are here, we've got the pup and yeah, we've got a big one today, basically from here to Bowfell and back with a few other little things in between. This is where we were last week. We came up Weatherlam Edge and then up the prison band. Sorry, that's Weatherlam Edge. Then up the prison band to Sour House, and we came back down this ridge line. And today we're heading that way. And the first peak of the day will be my 50th Wainwright in my 50th birthday year. Or 50th, not this year, but 50th since I reset my Wainwright count, and it is my 50th year, so the 50th Wainwright of my reset seems quite apt. But anyway, I will show you where we're going on the map with a bit of a voiceover, while I first go down Wrynose Pass a little bit to turn off and head up here to the Pike of Blisco. So we start on Wrynose Pass on a short descent before following Wrynose Beck up a path that didn't really exist all the way to the top of the first peak of the day, the Pike of Blisco. We then descended, had some lunch at Red Tarn before the big drag up past Great Knott without bagging it and on to the start of Crinkle Crags. We don't bag long top at this point, but we do follow the Crinkle Crags, bagging the second and third crinkle, and eventually getting to the three tarns and up to the highest point of the day, Bowfell. We then go back across Crinkle Crags, and this time we aim to bag long top and then in slight clag make a detour on the way, realise we've gone wrong, get back and follow the path that we've already taken. Again, we miss bagging Great Knott for some reason, back down to Red Tarn, and then we follow the path just as the GPX runs out, but we follow that back to Wrynose and back to the car. So I hope that excites you for what's ahead. We have, and purposely planned, a very steep start to get up onto the ridgeline, then we'll spend most of the day sort of above 700 metres. Lovely path though, is steep. There's the Jimnying, and this is the path, and basically we're following this back up, and as you can see it's basically all waterfalls on the way down, which is beautiful to look at but steep for going up, and the ground is a bit boggy and wet, but that's good for the pup finding plenty of water. So yeah, let's get up this first peak and bag my 50th Wainwright straight away at the start of the day. Well, I knew it would be a tough start, and it is tougher than I thought. There's two paths on the map, but this is where I'm walking, just up the side of this stream. No paths anywhere. According to my OS map, I'm on the path. But yeah, Freya's already doing a rolling. Are you rolling, pup? But yeah, it'll be worth it though. This way, when we started halfway up Wrynose Pass, even with a difficult, steep and no path first little bit, we'll soon be up on the ridge line, and then we can just spend all day high up, 700-800 metres up, enjoying epic 360 views. Because you might have noticed That's what I like getting up onto a ridge line and bagging all the peaks on that ridge line. But also you do get, or you're more likely to get, those 360 views when you're on a ridge line. Boom. And I'll get to keep going back and look at the path that we went last week. And although I didn't mention it last week, I did keep looking over this way at this pointy peak, and I think even then I'd decided that that was the next walk, to go and bag this Pike of Blisco. And yeah, I'll say it'll be my 50th one since resetting my count. Boom, boom, boom. Hey Hurdy, we found something that looks vaguely like a path. Well, particularly compared to what we've been doing up to now. That's all good. Keep going up. Well, still no real path, but we do have cairns. We're still following this waterfally stream, not chasing it. And well, there was another cairn. I think it's just out of sight, but we're getting up there. We are getting up there. Let's get up there. So again, we've lost the path. We can see Pike of Blisco, and then we look at the we look at the map, and we are right on the path that isn't here, or the other path that isn't over there. So we're trying to keep to a path, but there is just no path. Can sort of see one there as we get up, so I'm sort of heading to what I can see. And I don't want to mention last week's walk too often, but the higher we get, the more impressive that ridge line that we followed last week looks. And I'll say, last week I was over on that ridge line, yes, enjoying myself, but also looking over here, particularly to this Pike of Blisco, and thinking, yeah, that's next week. And I'm here. So it obviously had the draw, sorry, but there you can see this looks really boggy. I don't know if that is a stream coming in or a path, but it's sort of heading the right way to where the path, or where the map says the path is. And the question is, will we get wet feet? I really don't like walking where there is no path, but if there's no path, then you can't follow it. It's getting quite windy now, so before we get onto the top, in case you can't hear me as well, just looking over to the Langdales and the impressive Pike of Stickle. And yeah, we're going to get some views today. And again, and I'll keep saying it, but where we went last week, basically all the way, you can just see Great Friar peeking out behind there, and that big horseshoe, what I call the Tilberthwaite horseshoe. We did that last week. Anyway, let's get up onto the top. and we should then get our first views more northwards to sort of Bowfell and where we are actually going. And I had come across a path. Oh, it's there. I was going to say it just vanished again, but yeah, certainly all the way up this hill it's been very hard to follow any actual path. Just keep seeing bits and then they disappear. But there, those stones, that is the top. I say it might be windy up there, hence doing a bit here. I was lying. I thought I were at the top. I thought this was going to be it. Me 50th Wainwright. But no. Because it's there. Told you it'd be windy on the top. Whoosh. Let's do a view from the other one. Me 50th Wainwright. Since I started resetting. Boom. Oh yeah. I'm 50 later this year. I'd actually like to do 50 Wainwrights this year. But that's my 50th since resetting. And I quite liked the plan for this walk where we would do this basically single Wainwright and then go all the way back down and then all the way up, and then that's our main peak bagging ridge line, basically Bowfell, as far as Bowfell North, basically opposite Rossick Gill. And there's a reason I want to get to the far end of this fell, which has to do with a bike ride I did a month ago, which basically came to the other side. Anyway, this might not be very usable with the wind, but at least it's cooling. Right, let's get down, maybe have a butty at the bottom before the big trudge up that hill. Well, it's still windy, but I don't think we've any danger of losing the path now because it's very well built, very well obvious, unlike where we climbed up following Wrynose Beck, basically all the way up from Wrynose Pass to the Pike of Blisco. But yeah, just as we were coming off, we met two young ladies with the babies. So all you, I see plenty of people go, oh, I need the latest lightweight gear to be able to manage the fells. They were there with a backpack and a baby. Well, the baby on the backpack. And still at the top of this hill. If they can get out with babies, that means less of you out there have excuses to come out and enjoy this beautiful, beautiful scenery and some wind. But yeah, we will keep trudging on down this hill. You enjoying it, pup? It's hard to point the camera at the pup and look where I'm going. But at least that might mean I fall over for the camera. Well, it's still windy, but now we're in the bottom. Freya can have a drink. Freya can have a drink in the stream. I'm going to have a butty looking at Weatherland, where we were last week. But yeah, is that the two? Oh no, that's the two ladies with the babies coming down. So yeah, I'm going to have one of me butties and a drink, and then we'll set off up this second hill of the day. Well, lunch over, back on and again a nice path that will not be able to not follow this one. But yeah, that's where we had lunch basically. There's Red Thyme just down there out the wind, and then we're looking over at the path to Rossett Pike. Oof. Oof. Stunning. Absolutely stunning. Oh. Unlike me balancing skills. But yeah, again, quite a few people out in the lakes. That's these two. Well, these two passed me while I was having my lunch. And yeah, we are now up and up again. Well, it's not been a bad slog from Red Thyme where we had lunch. But still, more to go. Well, the next peak, there it is, people on top of it. As I path up. Freya's still happy. We are cracking on, but the wind is definitely picking up as we head to this ridge line. Time for a bit of a scramble, pup. Go on, get up there without knocking anyone over. You managing, pup? Come on. Let me show you where we are. Boom. We're now on the Crinkle Crag range. Scarfell's over there. Ravenglass and the sea is over there. Where we've come along, but this is a fantastically craggy ridgeline path, Crinkle Crags, and we'll eventually get to the high point of Bowfell. But yeah, look at that view. Whoosh, whoosh. Ooh, a little bit of mist coming in. See the sea that way as well. Anyway, let's carry on along this path, bagging peaks, because that's what we're here to do. Oh, this mist is coming in, at least it's keeping us cool. Can't really see the top of the Scarfell ranges. But this set of Crinkle Crags with Bowfell being our target, this is where we are. We just popped out to this viewpoint here to get a view west, and now we're going to head back to the path that's only sort of there and then round, and you can see where we are heading to. Oh, it's been a good one. Pup's been enjoying it. Yeah, well, let's crack on. We're a couple of hours in and we've still got about another 4. Oh, where we are. Not short of rocky outcrops today. It's good fun, isn't it, Freya? Anyway, we'll keep along the Crinkle Crags ridge line. And the peaks keep coming, yeah! Whoa! Oh! Getting blown about! Woo! Oh, it's windy! And we're still scrambling. Dog's fine. It is windy. But we are high, so you're going to get the wind. Boom! Oh, let's crack on. Over that way. Oof. Quick bit of filming while we're just sheltered from the wind a little. Carry on this crag. Haven't been able to do too much filming along this ridge because it has been really windy, and again we're a bit sheltered, but this is generally what it's like. Freya's fine with it. I'm very conscious we've got to come back along this in a few hours, well, a couple of hours, hopefully not a few, then we'll be very late. But yeah, well, here we are, ready for the big scramble up Bowfell. We're currently at 3 tines. If you're wondering why it's called 3 tines, 1, 2, 3. It's really not that hard, but we've got this big scramble now up here. Top of Bowfell's in the Clag, and then decide whether we go to Bowfell North, because it's like another fair trudge along the top to come back. We may just get to the top of Bowfell and come straight back down and back through these Crinkle Crags, because they're quite tiring. I do like an interesting craggy path, and it's definitely an interesting craggy path, so it's not that I don't like it, it's just that it's not the easiest to progress and make, well, progress is making progress, but yeah, it's not as easy to just get on with it, and all the big strides up and down are more likely to get me legs. Hopefully last week's will have not mean that my legs will get tired sooner. It'll mean I'm more prepared for this, but we shall see. It's also looking like it might rain, and I have got me warmer and wet gear with me, but I think if it does rain it won't get cold, so I don't really want to put it on. So another reason I might just head back after Bowfell. Can always come from the other side to get Bowfell North. Scramble dog, she gets anywhere a scramble dog can. Up here. You going that way, are you? That's Red Tine, that's where we had lunch. Whoosh, that's Pike of Blisco, my first Wainwright of the day. And yeah, Weatherlam, where we were last week. And Sourhouse, of course. Whew. Tough one this. We are getting there. Bit of clag on the top, so we might not get any views, but we've done well for views anyway today. If the highest point has some clag, the highest point has some clag. Me and Scramble Dog will still do fine, and we're still getting sun. Come on. What a view. Oh, I've got to one of the views I wanted to see on this walk. Rossett Pike. Because the other week on the bike, and you can see that torn over there, that's where Stake Pass comes up. And we came up and over Stake Pass on the bikes along that ridge line, but didn't bag Rossett Gill before dropping down onto that Rossett Gill bridleway, down to Angletorn, up to Esk Hause, and then 4 miles of downhill, 2,000 and odd foot from Esk Hause to Seatoller. But yeah, that's on my Stupid Monkey Kev channel, Borrowdale Bash Plus, because we started at Keswick, and this Rossett Pike was the furthest this way we came, but we didn't quite hit the summit, and got to do it again and hit the summit because that was close. I didn't realise when we were riding, because we were just trying to get to Angletorn from Stake Pass, so yeah, we're just following the path along the top, and then afterwards it was like, oh, I could have bagged Rossett Pike while we're there, so we will do that. But up here we will hit the biggest hill of the day, and a lot of this crag we've been like 700-800 metres, but when we get to the top of Bowfell we will have cracked the 900 metre, 901 and 902 Bowfell, just over 900 anyway, so that will be the high point and the turnaround point. Let's hope that it's not too windy and not too claggy, so that there's something worth filming at the very top. The top. We're there, almost. You managing, Scramble Dog? You managing? Up there now. Boom, boom, boom. Let me hear you say Bowfell, Bowfell. We're on Bowfell. 900 and something metres with clag, and not necessarily more clag. We can see over that way, but most of it, you know, just in the cloud. 2 o'clock, so that's 3.5 hours, and it says my current elevation is 960 metres, even though we're on the 902 metre peak. So not sure how accurate that is. But yeah, here we are. I think we'll have a butty. It's actually not too windy just over here, and I have a butty left, so I think here I'll put my jacket on, have a butty, and then we'll head back. Don't go too far, Freya. Freya, we're having a butty stop. Well, stop for Bowfell for second lunch. Just a little bit of clag. but just out in the wind here. Well, now we're on our way back down. Again, there's many paths. We can see the main path there with the cairn, so we're just heading to that, and then we can pick it up and crack on over there. Now we've dropped off Bowfell, it's windier again, and we're just coming back down to Three Tarns for another big Crinkle Crags scramble back the similar way to what we've been. Whoosh. Look at that light, just shining, highlighting, and everywhere else is a bit grey, and then you have that boom. Stunning, stunning, and a little excuse for a rest to film, just not in the biggest wind. Oh yeah. Oh. More people coming. Well, getting blown a bit back here. Oh, yeah. Good job we have views this morning, because we haven't on the way back. As I say, it's a good job we had views on the way out. Because we haven't now. Well, I don't know what happened there, but we ended up way off path. I was thinking, oh, the wind's changed direction, and then a bit of this clag cleared. I looked around and it didn't look like I was supposed to, where I was supposed to be, to do some map checking. But now we're back on the path. But I can't wait to look at my GPS and see where I went wrong off one of them little extra peaks along this ridge line that I just went and had a look at, and then I thought I'd got back on the path and I hadn't. And then we were going the wrong way, but we're back on the path now, so that is all good. But as you can see, it's a bit misty, there's not the best vision. I've actually had my sunglasses off, but just before I turned the camera on, it went bright again, and bright to the point where all of this mist lit up, and hence me putting my sunglasses back on. It's now died down a little bit from that intense sun blast, but we are still going down this relatively easy scramble from today's efforts. But yeah, shows how easy you can be following a path and then not following a path. You just got to realise, sort it out, get compass out. Worked out I needed to go west southwest, and then just followed the compass until I got back to the path. But I just don't know how I managed to get offline, because I was following cairns and a path and Freya tends to follow paths where other people have walked, so you can smell them. So yeah, maybe I put too much faith in Freya and she was following someone who had sausages in the bag or something and went a different way. But as I say, I sorted it out. but I'm going to put on the screen my little GPS error. I don't know how bad it is. You can look at it now. I'll know how bad it is by the time you're looking at it. But yeah. Oh well, back on. So what it looks like I did as we came off Gunson Knott and got up to the actual cairn on Long Top that we'd not bagged on the way out. Coming off there, we just carried on round the ridge line a little bit, went out to the other pile of stones that we'd initially gone. Maybe Freya picked up her own path, and then as you can see, as we were walking off the end, I was like, this is not right. And that's when I got out the compass, and then little bits of patches were coming through, and as you can see, we managed to make our way back. As I said on the video, I needed to be southwest, and that's the way, as you can see, was the correct way, and back onto the path. Sun's come out there. Oh yeah, still clagged most of it, but views all the way down Langdale Valley. Hey, don't get too far in front, pup. Not after we've just had a little error. Still windy, still scrambling, still got herdies. But yeah, over there to Cold Pike, that's the plan. Basically, over there should have been a path that went along there. You can see it. That wasn't the police this is the path that we came up. Across there, I don't see anything. These herdies are worrying my dog. Are you worrying my dog? Chasing after it? So yeah, that path there, and that'll drop us down to the top of Wrynose, just like the path off Cold Pike I wanted to take would. Lush. Red tine. Absolutely lush. Freya dog. Absolutely luscious. I did want to get up there though. We did get up there though. So a bit of a traverse now, just to get to this saddle, and then we'll be down to the top of Wrynose Pass and a short walk down the road to the Jimnying and the end. Seemed a good spot for a Twix, well a Jive, an Aldi Twix, but really good to be able to see all the Crinkle Crag ridge line that we went along, Bowfell, looking impressive at these 902 metres. So yeah, seemed a good spot, have a sit. Back to views of where we were last week. Got rock climbers to watch on Pike of Blisco as we walk down. Keep an eye on them. Always nice to see various activities happening and enjoying the outside in loads of different ways, not just walking, biking, rock climbing, bouldering, 4x4ing, paramotoring, however it is, you get outside and enjoy nature. Well done, you've got outside and enjoyed nature. Yeah, that's the ridge line. So last week we came down, and the one we went up. Going down this path, watching them, enjoying nature. First few Wrynose Pass, down the other side. The bigger scheme is almost done. Still over half an hour for sure. So we can see the top of Wrynose now, and the path winding all the way to it, down somewhere over there, not just halfway down the pass. So just got this path, keep following this path. I think Freya's getting hungry, looking for frogs. Oi! Stop looking for frogs. trying to reverse and block me in. That's where we are parked. And that's it. Thanks for watching. Here's some stats. I probably gave you in the beginning. Again. And yeah, remember, like and subscribe if you got to this very, very end.